Hey guys, I'm Christina.
I'm Taco. She's my mom.
And he's my son. We're gonna talk about some real shit, and shit's gonna get real. This is Trust Tree. Is that my blood? Sorry. I'm bleeding again.
Oh, yo, hell yeah.
I might need to go to the hospital.
Oh, you're fine.
Put a little pressure on it.
Put some dirt in it.
Fine. Ah, god damn it. Anyways, so sorry about that. Sorry I bled all over your table.
You need stitches? You want me to give you stitches?
I do need stitches, to be honest. See, look, or there's a piece of glass in there that keeps recutting it, maybe.
If it was deep enough for there to be a piece of glass in it, then I'm surprised you didn't go to the hospital before coming here.
Well, you know, priorities. Didn't want to be late.
It's trying to be punctual.
Yes. Do you have dreams that you just vividly remember? If I pass out, please do take me to the hospital for loss of blood.
I gotcha. I don't think your pinky's gonna be what does it, but
well, I am bleeding from other areas right now as well. Yeah. So those two combined might just do me in.
Yeah. No, you definitely don't need to drink then. We're already on the brink of tears.
God, it's hard being a girl.
You started crying when we were just like talking upstairs.
Oh
twice.
My God. You could ask me about we could talk about a sad commercial and I would cry right now. I feel don't even. Oh my God. Those poor
For
animals.
just cents a day.
Oh my God. I turn it. Do you watch it?
You could help these.
That's enough.
These puppies.
Do you watch
not
that?
Be sad as shit.
Dude, son.
But mom, the sad puppies are looking at you. They want your pennies a day.
Do you watch that commercial or do you turn it? I feel like there's two kinds of people in the world. One that forces themselves to watch it, and the other one that's just like, I just can't do it.
I'm like on my phone during commercials.
Well, for one, I've never seen it. I haven't seen a commercial in probably, I don't know. How long have I not had television? A long time.
Yeah, I probably sat through it, depending on what it was on.
Yeah, no. If it came on, I always turned it. When it did come on, I turned it. The only time I really... Well...
Wow.
That's not true. I do watch Netflix. So I guess I have a television. I just don't have traditional television.
Yeah, you don't have cable.
Yeah.
You don't have a TV.
We've talked about this before. It's possible.
Okay, you know what I want to talk about?
What?
How the fuck do you live without a microwave?
Oh my God. I just said to T that maybe it's time we get a microwave. And he almost fell off the couch.
Yeah, no, like... You're like the only one who's about this no microwave life, dog.
It's terrible for you. No microwave and none of those twirly light bulbs, children. Radiation.
The spirally ones?
Yes.
Anyways.
How do I live without one? I just do. Well, the only time I ever miss having a microwave is
when there's cheese dip on the counter that came out of a jar that got cold, and now there's nothing we can do about it but just stare at it sadly.
You could have warmed it up in a pot.
I'm not gonna put... What are the Tito? What the fuck is the chip brand? Tostitos?
Tostitos.
I'm not gonna put
non-sprawn.
I'm not gonna put fucking Tostitos queso and queso con salsa in a fucking pot. It doesn't deserve it.
That is cooking with elegance.
No,
okay?
It belongs in the fucking microwave.
Absolutely
and
not.
And then later, the empty jar is gonna get fucking munched on by a possum and a raccoon.
The only time...
That is the natural life cycle.
The natural life cycle of Tostitos. What is it called? It is Tostitos.
I think so.
I feel like we're mixing Doritos and vodka together.
Well, and Totino's, the pizza rolls.
Yeah, seriously. They need to come up with a flavor combination together. Flavor palette.
Pizza roll.
Vodka pizza rolls. You know,
Totitos.
some weird alcoholic's going to shove it up their butt.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, did you know that was a thing?
Boofing?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
You soak a tampon in alcohol and stick it in your booty hole?
Oh, you do it with drugs, too.
What?
Yeah.
To get high, you put drugs in your booty hole?
Yeah. It's a mucous membrane.
You guys are fucking leveling shit up. What is wrong with you guys?
I don't do it.
Oh my God. I need to know which generation started this. I feel like it's critical.
I feel like it's yours.
No, they're sick.
I don't know, dude. It's always been it's such a thing that in my D&D campaign, as a joke, someone was like, "Hey man, would this health potion work better on my buddy if I shoved it in his butt?"
Holy mackerel.
And I went, I mean, yeah, probably. It'd probably get there a lot faster because you can like die from like drinking, from like putting booze up your butt because it's so like quicker.
Yeah, you can die. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, and like scientifically, yeah, probably. So like, I mean, if you want to shove a bottle up your character's butt, like that's on you, dude. That's your journey.
that's your confidence level.
Yeah. So like, so if you do it, so then it became a thing where if anyone like got knocked unconscious in the fight, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No one was safe. There was a bottle going into someone's asshole.
Someone's getting a bottle up their butt.
Well, yeah, it was cost effective because I told them that it would be twice as effective. So you're getting 2 health potions worth out of 1 health potion if you just pull your buddy's pants down, just thunk.
You know, one day you might have to put something up someone's butt.
I've already had to have something put up my butt.
Not your butt. I meant put up someone else's butt. But let's go back to your statement.
When I was little, I like got really constipated and I had to take a suppository.
At your dad's house or my house?
In this house.
In this house.
Yeah.
Really little.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not like I was living here, but the deed was done in this, in that bathroom upstairs.
Yes. Who did it? Was it me?
No. My grandmother.
That's a good grandmother.
Dunk.
You must have been little though.
I remember it.
You do? What do you think you were 4?
I have no idea. I just remember that the medicine went in my butt and I immediately turned around. I was like, I need to poop. And they were like, no, you're just trying to get it out of your butt. I was like, I need to poop. And they were like, no, you have to wait. I was like, fine.
Yeah, you might have to put something up people's butts. Like that happens, man.
Yeah.
I forget what we were talking about before we started talking about sticking stuff up people's butts.
Well, you were talking to me about boofing.
Yes.
But that's also sticking things up people's butts.
Yeah, maybe that's been the whole conversation so far.
I don't think it has been.
What the fuck? Why are we so fucked up?
Brain too fast.
Honestly, like this is why I like to drink a little before we start because then I feel like I could stay on topic. Otherwise, I spider.
Well, it's hard to switch. It's hard to switch topics when you're crying.
You shush. That's what we were talking about. What the fuck is wrong with people? And they watch the commercial. They don't watch the. Maybe we should play it back for ourselves.
How did we jump from In the Arms of the Angels, Sad Dogs?
I don't know.
Hey man, did you know that you could shove shit in your ass?
Get stoned faster. Oh my word! The fact that we can't even trace it back, and that we're genetically of the same means we should both probably be tested for ADD.
Yeah.
Let's drink more coffee.
Well, technically, like, because anyway.
Yeah, technically it's supposed to help, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Up, down, all around. That's who I am.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like, the things that we use to treat ADHD are stimulants. It's not like we're giving kids, like, opioids.
Yeah.
We're like, relax.
Calm down.
We're giving them amphetamines, things of, like, the meth tree.
I just got a notification. Never mind.
All right. Good talk.
You've learned now. Nope, don't ask her. She's not going to say it. It definitely needs to not be said.
Okay. Anyways, back to things in your butt.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
There was a viral video that went around of a human who it was at a rave that I went to, and someone boofed ketamine in the crowd, like up on the hill. And there was a video of it, and it went viral all like through the EDM circuit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Male or female?
I think it was 2 females.
Oh man.
Two women. And
I don't know why it makes it worse for me.
But
wait a minute. So it's like an actual video of her sticking it up her friend's butt?
It's a video, well, it's a powder, so it's like a straw that's like loaded and then
you shoot it into their butthole.
I don't know. I didn't watch the video. I just know that the video exists.
Okay.
But I matched on Tinder on Bumble with the girl.
Oh.
Well, I'm not sure which one.
How do you know if you didn't watch the video?
Because I like had met them before at a rave.
Oh.
And like talked to them, and like in passing they were like, "Oh yeah, you know that fucking video?" They were like, I am in that video, and I was like, "What?
Oh, I need to know which one you were."
I don't remember which one. But
well,
yeah.
Did you hook up with her?
No. I've never, I haven't met with the person outside of shows.
Oh, okay. So I have more questions.
Okay.
Number one, You didn't watch the video, but do you know of it? Like, do you know any details? Because what I want to know is
It happened
like,
at the Gorge in Washington at a show called Base Canyon in broad daylight.
were they videotaping themselves or were
Yes.
they being videotaped unknowingly?
Videotaped by a friend.
Oh, so they knew they were being videotaped.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I have no sympathy.
Yes.
So they don't care that it went viral. They think it's great
I don't know if they think it's great, but like,
that they put it on the internet.
it's out there.
How old are they?
My age.
Do you think that they'll regret that later?
I regret a lot of things.
Do you think that they're going to regret that later?
I think you end up regretting a lot of things that you do. Like, I think I
regret Saturday. So I mean, like,
well, I think living in a method that's like, oh, I might not do this because I might regret it later is dumb. Like, as long as you're not killing people.
I was going to say, I feel like there should be some decisions that are based on that factor. Like, oh, slam heroin, might regret this later.
Well, yeah, but like also like, oh, go talk to that girl. Ooh, I might embarrass myself and regret it later.
No, I think that you should definitely do that. But I can understand, like right now I'm going through something where fear is making a huge impact on my life.
Oh, we get into the midlife crisis?
I don't know if we'll see how far I take this, but I just want it. I want to normalize
talking about it.
No, I just want to normalize that fear-based decisions are real, and it's not just in young people who are afraid they might regret something. But I definitely think something like that, like, hey, you should probably be like, hey, like, should I post a video of myself doing illegal drugs in my butthole on the internet? Maybe I might regret that. I feel like that's an okay to like do the balance of like, and maybe have a little fear in the decision factor. Look, no judgment on you ladies. You stick whatever up in your butt. You do whatever to your body you want to do. Congratulations on your viral video and your success.
Well, I mean, I don't know, like, if you can like identify the people or like who posted it or if it was posted with permission.
So there's like things we don't know.
There's a lot of things we don't know.
I mean,
it could have been baby powder.
Well, that has talc in it, which is really not good for you.
Really bad for your booty hole.
Yes. Why do we put it on our babies? Dumb.
Because it has baby in the name.
But I don't think we don't anymore.
If garlic powder is made out of garlic, why isn't baby powder, I'm just trying to get some consistency.
Okay, well then if that's the question, why do we park on driveways and drive on parkways?
America.
Right? It's so weird. Or like the pants thing.
Why are our cities designed around everybody having a car, and why is a vast majority of our landmass dedicated to places to park those cars in public when cities should just be designed around public transit and people using their fucking legs? I don't know.
You're getting really deep. I was just wondering why it's only a bra when there's two things, but pants, plural, and there's also two things.
Well, there's two legs.
There's two titties.
You want to call it bras?
Why do you call it pants?
Because there's one pant and another pant. Is this
singular leg is a pant? One leg is a pant?
Yeah, that's a pant.
And then together they're pants.
Yeah.
So then this is a bra and this is a bra and this is bras.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
The whole thing is a bra.
Well, then the whole thing is a pant.
No.
Disagree.
You know what else pants have? Pockets.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to do. If no one's done this yet, get on it. I want 10%. I need a bra with pockets. A bralette. A wallet bralette.
God. You know what you do that makes me want to scream?
What?
Sweaty boob money.
It's the best. That's why I need a bralette.
It's disgusting.
It's a treasure, for one, and they should appreciate that they got to touch. You know what? They should sniff it for all I care. If I handed you my money and you grabbed it and smelled it, I would be like, you're welcome.
So if I start storing my wallet in my armpit and walk around and just sweat all over those cotton fibers.
Yes.
And then hand them over. That's not gross?
I don't hand over. It's not in my armpit.
There is
it's
sweat.
In my boob.
I have tits too.
Not as big as mine.
Yeah, and you know what mine do? Sweat like a motherfucker.
Well, you're also a dude and your sweat glands are in different places. Don't fact check that because I don't know if that's true or not.
It's probably not. You should probably not just say things.
I get to say whatever I want. That's the point of you editing it out.
Well, you can say whatever you want, but there are also consequences to everything.
That's why I just said don't fact check me. Never fact check me, you guys.
Always
What's wrong with you?
Fact check her.
No, just know that I'm your mother and I would never lie to you.
That's not kosher.
But listen, because I don't put it in my armpit, it rests on the side mound of the breast, or a lot of the times on the top of my boob. The top of my boob does not just sweat. There's no sweat glands on the top of my skin. Like on the top. Well, I know that sweat comes out of all pores, blah, blah, blah. But you're thinking I'm like putting it in my armpit, or I'm like putting it in the underneath part. Like when titties really sweat when they get skin to skin contact. So like in the cleavage, there's a lot of sweat happening. I love that you're just watching me like show my boobs. I really wish we were on video today. But like.
Show your boobs is the wrong phrase. You are
know
gesturing.
What I mean? Gesturing towards all my boobage. In the cleavage, that's where there's a lot of sweat. And then underneath where they hang and they touch the bottom, that's where there's a lot of sweat. In this little section, there's not a lot of sweat. And number one, it's not like I'm going for a jog and then I go to the bar and I'm like, here's my titty sweat.
But we live in California. Our summers are 106 degrees.
Yeah, well, at least it's not sock money. Have you seen that?
There shouldn't be any skin.
I'm trying to defer.
There shouldn't be any skin to dollar money. Money's dirty enough.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's convenient.
Put it in your fucking purse.
Sometimes I don't want to carry my big ass purse around.
Buy dude pants.
What are dude pants?
Pants with pockets.
I wear pants with pockets, but sometimes I'm in a dress.
Pockets.
Look, I'm just saying there's not one answer for everything.
Hey, I'm just saying you are being discriminated against by the fashion industry. They have robbed you.
Oh, now you want to make it about being
pockets.
nice to me instead of attacking me. I see where we're going with this. No,
you have been robbed of your pockets and you should be mad. You have been disenfranchised by bitches with needles.
Here's this. What?
Sewing.
Here's the thing I will say. More shit needs pockets.
Yeah.
There.
See, we're on the
same side. Definitely more shit needs pockets, but I would still not put my money in a dress pocket because it's going to fall out. I know that if I put my ID and my money in my titties, ain't nobody stealing from my back pocket. No one's going to be able to take it out of my purse. If someone's trying to steal something from me and it's in my titties, I'm going to know it's been stolen. Now, the only thing that sucks is when you do go out to a club or whatever and you come home, because usually I usually just put like my ID and like money that I would slide into like a pay thing, right? Or just my money in ATM, and then I get ATM money and then I pay for everything. Or I take my card out before my titties be sweaty and give them my card and they hold it at the bar, right? So the only thing that sucks is when you come home super drunk from the bar, and I'm telling you, I know there's some big titty ladies out here that are going to feel this. And the next morning you go to wherever you're going next and you go to get in your wallet and your ID's gone and you're freaking out and you check all the pockets.
And it's just plastered to your tit.
It's either one. Yeah, you wake up and you have your ID on your titty, but that's not usually it. Usually it's like you take your bra off, throw your bra on the floor, and it's still in your bra. But you've looked everywhere for it, but you were too incoherent.
So what's causing it to stick to the bra?
Well, if you're going out dancing or something, it's definitely sweat. But that's why when you go out dancing, you don't give out your ID. See, you don't think I think about this, but I do. I get there, I give the man behind, I open my tab, I leave it there. He doesn't touch anything sweaty from my titties. But I have a little cash in there in case of an emergency, and I've got my ID in my left one. In my right one, I've got my lipstick. And if I really need to, I could put my cell phone in there too, in the cleavage, and you would never know.
In the sweatiest spot.
Yeah. If I needed to do that. That's usually where I put my flask when I'm sneaking one into a concert. Everyone checks your boot. They don't check your boobs.
Well, they don't check a lot of spots.
Don't tell me you be sticking shit in your booty hole, because I don't think I can handle that.
No,
yeah, Mom, you should just keister that.
No, I don't fucking put stuff in like my prison pocket or prison wallet. No, like my arch, the arch in my foot.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're lucky. Not a lot of people have those beautiful arches, son. Have you thought about starting an OnlyFans account?
And selling pictures of my feet?
Selling pictures of your feet. I heard about a guy that bought a house with the money he made from selling pictures of his feet on Craigslist.
There's dudes who want to... Wait, there's dudes who can... I can make money selling pictures of my feet? What?
Yes. And you have lovely feet.
I have hobbit feet. What are you talking about?
I don't think so. Do you have an arch?
Yeah.
There you go.
But they're
I feel like that's all
hairy.
you need. These are men. Most of them have hairy feet. I mean, unless they're shaving them. I mean, why not? You never know. You don't have to put your face on there.
Wait a minute. What if I shaved all the hair off my feet and like painted my toenails? No one would know.
No. How would they know?
I would catfish with my feet.
Yes, and that's what would be amazing because like I'm sure there's a super niche fetish for big feet, women with big feet, like big old thick feet, and boom, done.
All right, OnlyFans coming soon.
Yeah.
Just my toes.
Just my toes. So I was going to do an OnlyFans. I even have a username. I just don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
My username's amazing, but I'm afraid to say it on here because I don't want anybody to take it. So I'm not going to say it in case I ever
Riveting
have the balls
content.
to
Just tell us about what you want to talk about.
I'm going to tell you everything I want to say, and then I'm not going to say it. I'm doing really good today. It's almost like I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, you remember that really cool thing that happened like a couple days ago?
Oh, yeah, that was awesome, but I don't want to talk about it.
Fuck the listeners.
But here's the situation. I have a good foot shape, I think, right? Like you could literally, if I put my feet together, my arch is so high I can slide both my hands through it at the same time. But my feet are always dirty because I walk around. I have you. For those of you who don't know, please pull it together.
The way that you avoided so strategically to just going when I to avoid going, there's dick room between my arches.
I can put both my hands in there. Switch. Roll out. Oh my God. Anyways, I have lovely arches, but my feet are always dirty because for those of you who don't know,
For those of you who don't know, I got a fucking foot pussy.
Oh my God. Now I have to start it for sure. Everyone's going to see my foot pussy.
Call it my fussy. Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there is a fetish for that. I'm sure there is.
Well, yeah.
But what I was gonna say is my feet are always dirty, so I feel like it would be a really niche thing. Like I would be a millionaire because there's not a lot of ladies out there with beautiful dirty feet. And mine are like legit dirty, like walking around outside 3.5 acres dirty.
Yeah.
Barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen dirty.
You're not pregnant though.
Thank God.
Oh my God.
You all right?
Oh, it was fucking funny.
It was.
It's pretty fucking spicy.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my name, but you're going to bloop it.
Oh my God. What is it?
Okay, with the dirty feet thing?
Yeah.
Filthy Milfy. That's my username.
Oh my God.
It's so good. Is it not so good?
This is pretty spicy.
It's pretty good.
I hate it here.
Oh my God. Don't be mad that your mom is super ultra creative. It's rather creative. You don't think it's creative?
Oh.
Do you like how I tell you how to compliment me? It's clear creative, isn't it? It is. It's creative.
All right, guys, jumping on in here. It's not the end, but we need to get into the habit of doing this. We don't have any sponsors for this episode, but when we do at some point, this is what the mid-roll ad reads would look like. So we don't have any official sponsors, but I did want to take the time to let you guys know that if you enjoy the podcast that me and my mom make or any of the other content that I put out there, we do have a Patreon. You can find the link to that in the podcast description, or if you just want to type it on into your URL, it is going to be patreon.com/DatDirtyTaco. And there are different rewards, different tiers, and all that good stuff. And it's the best way for you to support the content if you want to keep seeing it. But that quick little show note, let's get right back on into it with whatever on earth we're deciding to talk about.
I'm reading a new book.
Okay.
It's called High Performance Habits.
It's so hard for me not to pull it back to the feet, man.
I mean, do you want me to show you?
It's fucking the lion, the witch, and the foot fetish, bro.
Do you want to see my arches?
No, I don't.
Maybe if you look at it anatomically, it'll change your life. Change your
No.
mind. It'll change your life. Now I'm sweating. You're making me nervous.
Why? You're the one talking about your fucking pussy.
I did not say it that way. I literally said you can put two hands in between there. You made my hands a wiener. I did not do this. This is your mind.
But that's what...
I didn't realize that that's what I was gauging. I was really just thinking, wow, I have quite high arches. You can drive a truck through there, or my hands, or apparently a dick. Listen, I'm not of that community, so I didn't know that
my God.
Foot offs were a thing. I don't even know what they would call foot jobs. Foot offs.
Foot off.
Oh.
For how often we get stuck on feet, we need we need to stop talking about feet because it's not.
Have we talked about feet before?
We've talked about feet so many times.
Oh, well, then one of us has a foot problem.
It's not me.
I'm pretty sure it's me. Maybe I just adore my feet too much.
Oh my God.
The only way this will be resolved is if we start the OnlyFans and I prove to myself that my feet are gorgeous. And once I do, then we can let it go.
Maybe it's just like an ego thing. Maybe just like, man, I'm so hot. I bet you even my fucking foot could get people off.
No, I don't think I'm egotistical. Do you think I'm egotistical?
Depends on the day. What?
What? What do you mean? What does that mean?
It depends.
No, you're either egotistical or you're not. Doesn't depend on the day.
Well, I have a bigger ego some days than others.
No, that's true. Yeah. I understand that your ego can fluctuate, but I think like being egotistical, it's like same thing as being like narcissist, right? You can't just not or be it. You either are or are not. You're either egotistical or you're not. You're a narcissist or you're not.
I don't know. Define egotistical.
I don't think I'm egotistical. I think my confidence level fluctuates.
Yeah.
And sometimes I might be overly confident. But I think egotistical, I don't know. I don't know like the true definition.
We have technology.
I don't know the true definition of egotistical.
To Google.
I feel like it would mean the same thing, like being self-absorbed. Because your ego is oneself. So being like centered.
Excessively conceited or absorbed in oneself.
Oh,
self-centered.
look at me.
He's selfish, egotistical, and arrogant.
Yes, no, I don't think I am.
That is from Oxford Languages.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm egotistical. Sometimes I have very high confidence. I'm also really good at saying something like it's fact when I have no clue if it's total bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a talent.
It's called being good at lying.
I actually am not really good at lying.
Oh, you just have to say it to yourself enough times where like it becomes second nature and like you believe it.
Oh, that kind of breaks my heart.
You gotta do what you gotta do, dude.
I mean, because I immediately think of like trauma of people saying that didn't happen to me. That didn't happen to me. That didn't happen to me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I did do my homework. I did do my homework.
Yeah, you're probably thinking that, and I'm like, no, Uncle Jerry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, by my whole life, I mean my telephone. So what's up with you? You were saying the season is affecting you. How so? Holiday, weather?
Do we really want to talk about it?
We don't have to, but I'm listening if you want to.
I don't think it's good radio.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, like I was talking to Stream the other day. I like started to talk about it and I was like, nah, never mind. And I talked to like some friends about it afterwards because it's just like people are there to like
escape,
like hang out and like vibe out. And then I'm like, hey guys, I'm really fucking depressed and pretending to be happy in front of you is just tearing me apart.
I thought you said that nothing good comes of happy people.
What do you mean?
You literally said the reason why people are sad and angsty and artists is because nothing good comes from happiness.
Oh, I don't think I'm an artist.
Oh, I totally think you're an artist.
Mm-mm.
You're a media content creator. That is part of your art. Oh, what did I just hit?
The monitor?
Oh.
I mean, I'm not like writing songs or creating art or writing poetry or writing films.
I get what you're saying.
Like,
I also understand what you're saying. Like, there's like this borderline of like authenticity and being authentic, and also being a super fucking bummer.
yeah, because
Yeah,
well, the other thing too is it's like I don't do things that I like my content. I don't make things. I don't like go into and be like I'm trying to evoke this emotion.
yeah.
Right? Like most of my shit is either me just saying stupid shit and people laugh at it, or educational.
Do you feel like there's a lot of weight on you to be the funny one, and that you're not allowed to be sad?
In what sense?
Like that others in your world are depending on you to always be funny.
No, I mean, I am the stereotype of the funny friend who's like, yeah. But I've also always like
Instant uncomfortable.
well, no, it's like I've always been the funny friend, and what comes with that is like everyone just assumes you're good because you're making jokes all the time.
Yeah.
And like the way that I deal with shit is through humor.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's an example I always use, but Grandpa was dying. I was cracking jokes. That's the
Right.
way I deal with it. And so like, yeah, so you do a behavior that is interpreted as happy, so you can't blame them.
No. Yeah.
And like, so yeah, like I'm not allowed to be sad. No, I just think people don't notice.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Like I have friends that do notice. My main issue is, like I've always dealt with everything on my own. Like when I was younger, I used to tell you, like, why are you always giving like advice to your friends? Why are you always taking everyone's like problems on? And I was like, because I'm building up a filing cabinet. I'm going to see all these fucked up situations that have happened to other people that I haven't had to live, so that when it happens to me, I just reach into my filing cabinet and I don't need to ask anyone for help. So I know, I was like, I have the toolkit because I've already done it through
Right.
someone else.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad.
I mean, it's being prepared. I guess.
I know.
I'm like a doomsday prepper, but for depression.
But for depression, for emotional trauma.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I also feel like, but then in a way, I don't think that that's how you think, because you've reached out for help before. You're pretty open about going to therapy.
Yeah. I just want to shit gets bad.
Yeah. So you reserve that for like, no file cabinet. There's no file on this one.
Yeah. That's like I live in Montana in my fraternity house, and I'm going, I don't belong here. I slipped through the cracks. I shouldn't have gotten initiated. They should have kicked me out. I don't fit in with any of these people. I have no one here. It's the middle of winter. God, I wish I could just fall asleep and not wake up. Like,
yeah,
that's what therapy's there for.
Yes.
Not like, oh, hey, you were doing really good and now you're doing not so good. Maybe you should start doing the old productive habits and, move.
No. Yeah. So you reserve therapy for when the void is calling really hard.
Yeah.
Same. And but I also, I'm starting to think that maybe it's something like a muscle that you need to,
Oh, yeah.
we should be
100%
keeping
is.
up, because then we might avoid the void a lot more.
Mm-hmm. But like, well, also if you're in therapy, treating it like a crisis thing, like treating therapy like an ER visit is incredibly taxing on your therapist, because they don't get to understand what baseline you is. Like when I was like still going, when I would go and be like, there's nothing to talk about, nothing went wrong, and my therapist would be like, yeah, that's good. I still need to understand like how you work.
Yeah.
So that way I can point out when you're not being you.
Yeah. So let's just talk about your normal day then.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, also therapy is like expensive.
Yeah. So now we know two subjects we talk about all the time: therapy and feet.
Therapy and feet.
Therapy
yeah,
and feet. It's this recurring thing.
Foot therapy.
So maybe we need to come up with some sort of program that involves feet and therapy.
Pray
therapy.
the feet away.
Oh my gosh. That's another weird thing, religion. I almost feel like, well, let's just talk about every taboo topic we're not supposed to talk about on Thanksgiving right now.
All right, religion.
Okay.
What about it?
I just think I was raised with the whole Jesus story and Christianity and all that stuff. And like, I'm having a hard time because like, I don't know if I really want to talk about this.
I think my favorite way that it's been explained to me lately is when it's like, oh, your baby, your 3-year-old, he's Christian. And the parents are like, yeah. It's like, oh, has he decided like what political party he affiliates with? What style of economics he thinks would work best? Like, is he a Marxist? Is he a capitalist? Like, where does he fall? And parents are like, no. And you're like, oh no, too complicated of ideas for a 4-year-old. Interesting.
Well, I think I think that at some point, if the parent, whatever the parent's position is, they're going to teach their child that.
Yeah.
That's why it's like going to roll down. So I don't think that teaching a child religion is anything worse than teaching a child about conservative values or liberal values.
Mhm.
I think that's something that parents teach. They just don't sit down and teach it like literally,
Yeah.
but they teach like love and acceptance, and maybe depending on money, how they do it. Like, oh, you save this for yourself. Like you take 10% and save for yourself. Or another family might say you take 10% and give it to charity, or you know what I mean? So that doesn't necessarily teaching somebody something about religion and then them later being able to ask questions and learn other religions and make their choice. That doesn't bother me at all.
No, but here's the thing though, is like I have friends who are raised like who are Christian, and one of them said to me, they were like, I started asking questions you're not supposed to ask, so I stopped asking questions and just started accepting.
I don't think that's okay.
It's not.
No. I think you should always ask questions.
Because if things don't make sense, they don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then like me and Papa are of the your dad are of the same mind, where like we think that religion is like human. It's fucked up. Like
yeah.
Like that's one thing that I think is dumb, is I don't think like 2,000 years is a long time when we talk about how like corrupt our politicians are and stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, you don't think that
You don't-
maybe a human...
Who do you think the politicians were back in the day?
Exactly.
The leaders of the church. No, I totally get what you're saying, but that's where I struggle, because I still believe that there's a foundation, that there's a foundation of truth in there. No, like for my religion personally, and I know for other people's religions too. Like if you look at almost all the religions, they all have the creation theory in there, and somehow in some way.
Every society ever has always had a creation myth.
Right, but they're all very similar. That's what's interesting.
Yeah, and all of them, like most religions, end up like attempting to teach the same things. Like the core at all of them are the same.
Yeah, it's
also any like monotheology or monotheist religion where you believe in one God means that even if like the other people, like if there's other people who believe in other religions, they're still like from the same homie up in the clouds.
Right. So that's what I'm finding right now is that I'm having a hard time, where I feel like I definitely believe that there's like translation and man-made shit all up in there. And I don't know about other religions. I can only talk about mine. I don't want to say all religions and then like get blasted. So just talk about mine. But
I will. I don't think there's any religion on the planet that has not been tainted by man's desire for power and influence.
Okay, there. Glad someone was able to say it. But where I'm really been focusing a lot of my mindset is on like we were talking, energy, quantum physics, law of attraction, all of that. And where does that fit in my like religious beliefs? How do those coexist? And that's been a really interesting like process for me. Like, is there no such thing as spirit guides? Is there such thing as angels? Is angels just energy?
Well, Jesus was supposed to be the last prophet, so anyone who comes and is not Jesus and claims to be a prophet or speak for God is blasphemous. So.
Oh, really?
Jesus said there will be no prophets after me.
So anybody who's like on the stage and saying God said to me, they're supposed to be liars?
Yeah. Like there is not supposed to be another mouthpiece for God.
Then how do churches explain those people then?
Like what do you mean?
Like there are people that literally say that they are getting a message from God and they speak it. Like there's one that's like talks about like everything that's going
okay, well
I'm having a hard time.
I'll go and do another thing. So like exorcisms still occur, right?
Yes.
In the Catholic Church.
Yes.
Yeah, but part of the deal is like someone's like, my kid's like possessed or whatever.
Yeah.
They send like a brother or a priest who like goes and like evaluates the situation, and then the person that is suspected of being possessed also has to be evaluated by a psychiatrist.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
10 used to be.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10 it's like, dog, they just need medication.
Right, yeah.
Or like one thing, it was like a kid was just like listening to like metal and stuff, and a priest was like, hey dude, just like maybe like keep the music down around the parents, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they thought you were a demon.
Oh my God. Can you imagine being that like closed to like just be like, oh,
Dog, there's people who think the fossils from the dinosaurs are temptation from Satan to lead us to lead us astray.
but doesn't the Bible talk about dinosaurs?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. All I can say is I really am having a hard time blending my two beliefs, like my spiritual belief and my energy belief. I'm having a hard time blending those. And I think like if anybody wants to chime in, you know, anybody in your pocket, I don't know. But no one in there? Damn
No.
it. I just think that that's super interesting. I don't think there's anything wrong with like sharing your beliefs with your children and allowing them to make their decision. But it was like rocking to me when my dad, Papa, was like, yeah, I don't think I believe that anymore. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was so pissed because it was like, so basically my whole life you've been feeding me and telling me and raising me on things that you didn't think was true.
He was like, no, I did then, but now I don't.
Yeah. And for some reason, it like rocked my foundation because it was like, well, fuck, I believed all of this because you told me it was true and I felt it to be true. And you can't deny that a lot of it has to do with the passion it was given to me by my grandmama and by my dad and by my uncle and by my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have them all come back and be like, yeah, we're not really sure about this anymore. All at the same time.
Well, I mean, we were also members of the Mormon church. Like,
Well, you weren't even
I was
born,
not.
but
I was not around. I was saved.
yeah. So, I mean, them changing religion doesn't really like, that wouldn't have really shocked me if they were like, oh, we think we're going to be Catholic now. But for them to say like the whole foundation of which you were raised, we're not really sure if that's like life,
Yeah.
is kind of shocking.
Well, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess. Well, my thing has like been kind of like, mine wasn't a jarring thing. Mine's just like gradual.
Yeah.
Cause like, the main thing for me that doesn't make sense is it's just like the thing that did it for me. I was like, hell doesn't make sense. Like logistically, hell does not make sense. I was like, I've always thought of the big G.
Yeah.
As like he like
I don't believe in hell either.
Yeah, it's like he's the main difference of all the theologies way back when was that God was like stoked about us, and he or she is described as a loving parental figure. And I'm like, dog, you mean to tell me that like if I went up to my dad and was like, yo, dude, kind of said fuck too many times,
Right.
like burn forever,
Right.
like,
absolutely.
it doesn't make sense. The math doesn't add up.
I agree with you. It doesn't make sense. There's this book I read and they were like comparing that. They were basically like, you could take two children and say this one gets to go to heaven, one gets to go to hell. You have to choose. Well, there's no way that any decent human being who has a love in their heart for their children would be able to choose between their two kids. And if God is all loving and all everything, more than all of the love combined on this planet of all of us, and we as humans can't even pick between our two kids, how could we expect think that the thing that is all love, omnipresent love, would be able to pick between two of his children?
It don't make no sense.
It doesn't. Yeah. Well, you know, this is it's good to know we're right, isn't it?
Well, we won't know until we die.
We won't know until we die. That's
Have I
true.
ever told you, this is going to sound so fucked up, but have I ever shared with you the sentiment? And I was like, oh my God, this isn't like a sad thing.
Oh, if it needs a pre-warning. You got a trigger warning me?
I got a trigger warning you because this is like, anyways, not for any like depression reasons.
Oh,
but I've
Lanta.
totally been like, I was like, dude, I could see myself at one point just being like bored and just be like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I kind of want to see what happens when I die. And just be like, let's go find out.
No.
Not in like a I hate it here or any type of way, but just in a like,
I think everybody's been curious of what's on the other side.
Yeah.
I think that's like a forever thing.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think there is something else, or you think it's just your brain?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It doesn't matter.
Actually, I do know. I believe that there's something else. I mean, just science shows you that energy is never ending. Energy doesn't stop. It just changes.
Yeah. Well, matter cannot be created or destroyed.
There you go.
Or
Boom.
mass.
or whatever.
I forget what it is.
Something
It's
sciencey.
It's energy or mass.
I'm pretty sure it's energy.
Yeah, it just goes from a usable to non-usable form. There we go.
Boom. Done. You can push stop. Just kidding. We did
Podcast over.
you know what? We don't even have to come back. So I definitely believe that there's something out there,
Mm-hmm.
and we move on to other things. I just don't know if we like hang out here. I don't know. Like, I don't know about all that shit. Like, there's one piece of me that like, okay, so I legit had a experience with who I believe are my spirit guides
Mm-hmm.
when I was pregnant with you.
Mm-hmm.
So the second time, was it the first time or the second time I went in? It was the second time. The second time I went in for surgery after you were born.
Yeah.
And I was laying in the recovery room and I was hearing the machines beeping and all the things. And I kept hearing like a really soft voice. And it was like, Christina, honey, wake up. Wake up, honey. It's time to wake up. Like super soft, beautiful voice. And I had assumed it was the nurse trying to wake me up. But then when I woke, did we ever talk about this? But then when I woke up, the nurse was there talking to me. And she had a very strong like Irish accent. Could have been Scottish. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, an accent. Very strong accent. So it clearly wasn't her that was calling me. And it was weird because it's like, oh, I could hear them, but I could also feel them. I knew there was definitely two. I knew it was female. I could almost see them. And like, I could like see them. Is that a weird thing to say? But like almost the shape of them.
Okay.
And so that like I really do feel like there's such thing as spirits and spirit guides, but I don't know if they're just like ghosts walking around or if there's like people assigned to you as your actual sport. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I don't know. I'm very agnostic. I'm very like we'll find out. like I don't know, because my whole thought on the whole ordeal is I think that religion. So like religion, when I say religion, I'm meaning the structures on earth that are man-made.
Okay.
Right. And the belief systems.
Okay.
I feel that all religions, or at least a vast majority of them, exist to give people a reason to not be shitty.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So as long as it's doing that, then believe whatever you want, my guy. Like if thinking that you're gonna get yeeted down to a lake of eternal fire is gonna keep you from like murdering a child, then don't do that.
Right.
Then good on you. Just and then if you don't need that structural reinforcement, you're just like, I'm just gonna be good because I want to be good, then good on you.
Right.
And I think that like one of the things that I was brought up around was ad maiorem de gloriam, which is all for the greater glory of God, which means to live a life that glorifies God. But like I think getting hung up on like, I don't understand whys. Like, in my opinion, there are things that like you should just do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should just be good.
Right.
You should just try to better yourself. Like all of these things. Like I think as long as people are doing them, the why doesn't really matter. Unless it generates harm. But I feel like you can't be doing all of these positive things for the wrong reason. And even if they're doing it for the wrong reason, like who cares?
Or not your reason.
Yeah.
No.
When
it comes to religion.
Okay, so here's my, or I have a thought experiment. So a guy's walking along a bridge, right? And there is this guy in the river and he's drowning.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy up on the bridge goes and saves him and like gets him out, all that stuff, and like the news crews show up. They're like, "Oh my god, you're a hero!" All that fun stuff. And he's like humble about it. It's like, dude, there was just a guy drowning. And he just like leaves. And then there's another guy. Same situation, walking along the bridge. Homie's drowning. Sees the guy drowning and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna save him. Because I know the news crews are going to show up and I'm going to get a bunch of positive reinforcement." And he goes and saves them. And he relishes in it. Is one of those more right than the other?
I see where you're going here. Like the end result is the guy didn't die, so that's great. But
Yeah.
you would hope that most people would do things to be good because they want to be good, not because they're going to get rewarded for it.
Yeah. Like, I would agree that it's better, but like the result is the same.
Right.
Like, if I go and give $1 million to charity because I want to, and I just happen to get a tax benefit,
Yeah.
or if someone goes and gives $1 million to a legitimate charity, but because they want the tax break, and they would rather that $1 million go towards what they want it to go towards, like cancer research instead of fixing our roads,
Right.
then I think the ends are the same.
So if you are cool, if that's your thought process, why not then there's, and I forget the ism for it, you know, because everything's got a name, but there's like basically the thought process of then if one's going to be right and one's going to be wrong, why take the chance that the God story and the Jesus story or whatever religion that you have to be in order to get to heaven is right? Why take the chance why take the chance? Why not just go ahead and be like, okay, cool. Well, I'll just follow that and believe in that and do that just in case.
This is called being a gambler and hedging your bets.
It's called I like risk, Mom.
No, it's just like, well, one, you're like supposed to actually believe.
Yes, true.
And I feel like, because here's the other situation, right? Jesus, because we're both Christian. Jesus is described as being like a bridge, like you have to come through heaven through me, right?
Yeah.
So that means if rapture was tomorrow and everyone just squapped and died and we get up there, that means there's going to be a situation in which I'm like walking up to the pearly gates, giving St. Peter the finger guns, and Jesus and God are standing in front of me like, hey, what's up, dude? I knew you weren't like that sure about it, but like, what's up? Surprise! Like, and then I gotta go, oh, fuck, yeah, you guys were right. Like,
and he'd say, watch your mouth. I'm just kidding.
I would be like, no, like, now that I'm seeing it, I definitely believe it. Like,
right.
Well, like, what? And so on and so forth. That's the other reason that hell doesn't
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other reason. So, like,
so what he's gonna go like, oh, well, sorry that you believe now because you actually seen it. You still have to go to hell.
Yeah, like,
I don't get it either.
Or in the same situation where I was like just saying I believed it because I didn't want to get in trouble. Yeah. And then I get up there and I'm like, I knew the whole time. And
Surprise!
And then God and Jesus like fold their arms like, you lying piece of garbage. I feel like whatever entity would rather you be like honest.
Right, but yeah. But that's the point, right? The point is to believe it without seeing it first. And that's also what's weird about Christianity because I guess not true. Because I was going to say, you can't just be like, yeah, I believe in Jesus, I'm on the bridge now, but then like go, murder a village or something.
Yeah.
It's a whole weird like cycle of like love and guilt and punishment. Love, guilt, punishment, love, guilt. It's like, the way that it's been creative is almost like a toxic relationship.
Yeah. Because humans. Because a human cannot fathom the idea of the Greek word agape, which is self-giving love. Love that does not need to be reciprocated, that does not need to be given back, that is not conditional, that will not go away. It's because human love is conditional. Like no matter what. Like I guarantee there's some shit that I could do to you or my dad, or like I guarantee there's a breaking point for every human. I
feel like with parents there's probably nothing you could do that would make me not love you, but there would be things that you could do to make me not understand you, like you, want to be around you. I would always love you because the thing is like, let's even say that like let's talk about like Jeffrey Dahmer's mom or somebody really sick like that, right? Like she will always see the child he was before he became the monster he is.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I don't think you'll ever not be able to love that child because you'll always see the.
But then you don't love them. But then you love what they were.
Well, no, you love who they are. You don't love their sickness.
See, I believe that people are their actions.
Yeah. Are they always? Because that's not true. There's lots of factors that come into that, like mental illness and psychosis and drug use and depression. And are you your depression then? Like, is that who
I don't
you really
choose to
are?
be depressed.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's acts that you do when you're not in a proper mental state.
Okay, if I went out and stabbed someone because I was feeling because I'm depressed right now, you down with that? Is that right? Is that moral?
No.
Okay.
But if you were abused by someone and snapped and killed them, I don't think anybody's going to be like, yo, sorry you weren't in the right mental state. You're a piece of shit still.
Well, yeah, no, but in most cases,
saying.
in that situation, that's self-defense. Like,
I mean, not always. I'm like, what if you harbored it for 20 years and then went over there and killed them?
I should have done it in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, then you would have had an out. I guess I understand what you're saying. I feel like.
I think that because I have a lot of people in my life who are like, oh, he's a really nice guy, but he does all these fucked up things. Right. Or like, oh, they do all these fucked up things to me, but they're my friend. Yeah. I'm like, no, then they're just a shitty person.
Yeah. I hate to say that, but you're probably right.
Because like,
it's Hope. I think that Hope is like a murderous villain.
In the wrong, it's people's inability to let go of it is the issue.
Or yeah, that and the hope that they'll return to the person who you thought they were or who you hoped they would be.
It's like being in love with the idea of someone.
Yes, exactly. Or being in love with the person you think they can be.
Yeah.
If you could just, help them along.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could, I can change you. I can not even change you. I can help you grow into the person I know you can be. And he or she is like, I'm not that person. Or the worst is when they try to be that person for you. So then you're just like in this horrible cycle of like trying and disappointing and trying and disappointing, or like feeling that if you're the opposite person in the relationship, you're like, yay, we achieved it, just kidding, he's a piece of shit, yay, we achieved it, just kidding, she's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Sick. If you're in that right now, get out and go get a book called Codependent No More and read it from cover to cover, because I guarantee you, if you're in a cycle of that relationship on either side, one, if you're the one trying to be better and failing, there's two things that need to happen. One, you might be in some sort of an addiction. And two, you really need to learn to love and accept yourself for who you are and find someone who can do that, who can love and accept you for who you truly are. And then if you're on the other side of it, where you're constantly trying to change someone or love, like make them a better person or make them who you think they need to be, you are a codependent and you might have some issues that you need to address in regards to your need of needing to fix other people. Was that our question? That should have been our question.
I don't know.
Like, see how we did? We were talking about religion and now we're back to therapy. No, just kidding.
Oh my God.
This was a really good conversation. I enjoyed it. So I'm glad. I really love doing this with you.
Thanks. I enjoy it too.
I'm glad we're going to do it again next week. I'll be here. Will you be here?
Yeah.
Will they be here?
Hopefully.
All right. We'll see you next week, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.